Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the media launch of Four Seeds and Kerstin Jatho. My name is Ivan Fiyun. I'll be your host for this launch today, and I'm very honored to be joined in the room with me, Kerstin Jatho. And in the back end in the studio, we've got a team and a lot of friends and so forth hanging out and just waiting to come and be part of our celebration today. Good morning, Kerstin. How are you feeling this morning?
Morning, Ivan. Super excited. I mean, this is a day we've been working hard in the background for, so super excited.
Awesome. I'm going to do an interview with you in a second. We just want to tell everybody what to expect in this launch today. We're going to do an interview with Kerstin for a couple minutes, and we're going to talk to her about what's happening here, what are we doing, etc. Next up, we're going to have her virtual assistant who's been feverishly working in the back end, also in the room for an interview. She's going to talk to us about her experience and what we can expect, etc. And then we also have ERS, Recovery Services, in the room. I believe we have Maritza Oosthuizen and Vanda Young, who are friends of Kerstin's and associates. We've been working together for a while, also in the room, going to talk to us today. We also have, let me just get this open here. We also have Storm, who is here this morning. Thank you, Storm, for coming. Storm is the social media and graphic designer. She's going to speak to us about her role and everything that's happened. We have Yolandi, personal friend and associate of Kerstin's as well, from Novat Legal, who's going to also speak to us, and we're going to find out what's happening there. I believe she attended one of Kerstin's recent workshops, and we're going to hear from her. We're also expecting Megan to come through from Business Partners, also a very close, good relationship there, and we're going to hear what's going to happen there. We want to encourage everyone that's watching this morning, would you please just pay very close attention, because we're going to do two very big, nice giveaways today. We are going to be giving away two workshops, full access tickets to two different workshops. One is one of Kerstin's famous and best topics is mental health. She's got a mental health workshop that she'll be giving away access to this morning. And included is a 60-page workbook, as well as a free copy of her book, Growing Butterfly Wings. That's correct, Kerstin. And yep. Then also a personal one-on-one 45-minute coaching session with Kerstin. That's the first giveaway this morning, and we expecting to do it very soon. We're going to ask questions from the content that we'll be sharing with you this morning, so pay close attention to that. And if you've got the right answer, we will be giving you access to that. Next up, we also have been giving away effective communication workshop, which is crucial. It's one of the biggest values that I have acquired from the relationship with Kerstin, and that will also include, I assume, a workbook. You'll also get a free copy of her book, and again, 45 minutes personal time with Kerstin one-on-one. Kerstin, let's get going. Tell me, why did you decide to go on this journey of building a media platform for not just Four Seeds, but also for you to give value to the business community?
I think primarily because the message that Four Seeds carries, and also my personal passion and legacy I want to leave behind, in creating positive organizations and changing the way organizations work and lead, is so big for me and so important that using social media is the only way I can very quickly reach a lot of people and spread the content that we wish to share, and hopefully ignite the passion that I have for this topic.
Awesome. I've got a list of questions here in front of me, but I want to ask you, why are you so passionate about what you're doing? Obviously, you've got a big passion for leadership, workplace environments, making things work, making business work, and you're very passionate about people. The people I've picked up from you is one of the big important success parts or elements for a successful business. Why are you so passionate about people and people in business?
Why am I so passionate about people? I actually don't know. I just think they're the most important level of joy that you get in life, and your biggest connection and your level of fulfillment. I mean, without people around you, I think life is pretty empty. It's fairly lonely. I mean, who do you share these special moments with? Who do you celebrate? Who do you laugh with? Who do you come home with and share that? Or in the workplace, who do you share those successes with? So I think you need people to really elevate and have fun and create that energy. So that's why, for me, it's people. I think people make the world to spin.
Definitely. Kerstin, I wanted to ask you, from my point of view, you've put in an incredible amount of work into this platform. I know that I can tell everybody that's watching, Kerstin is one of the hardest working coaches that I know. We've been building a relationship for the last couple of months, building up to this day and this platform that we're launching. And she's done so much work. Kerstin, you have not once, when I've given you exercises or tasks and stuff, I don't remember one week when you skipped the task or you didn't do anything. We said, I didn't have time. You have really taken this so seriously. And, having put in so much work, what is your expectation for what's going to happen once we finished with this launch?
Ooh. Well, I hope a lot of people get inspiration and motivation from the talks, that they find the practical tips that I impart on them useful, that they can instill them obviously in their businesses. But obviously, I'd love for the phones to ring and for us to be invited into organizations and to help leaders to actually create that change, because I know leaders either don't have the time or they don't have the knowledge. So we want to partner really as much as we can with small to medium-sized businesses to say, let's help you.
I like the word that you used, Kerstin, partners, because that's how we work in business. We build partnerships with people. I bring what I can to the table that I have value to give. And what I bring to the table is a joint venture or partnership. And so we work together for the success. I always say my success is, or your success is my success. Do you feel like that, or do you feel that is a value for you when you're working with your clients?
Yes, for me, it's absolutely critical that I do partner with them, that I sort of become part of the team, part of the furniture, and then can create that success with them. And strangely enough, the companies where I've engaged with for long periods, and I mean, the longest I've been in one company was 6 years, and the others are mostly 2 or 3 years, where we've spent that amount of investment with them and partnered with them, we've had the biggest successes. And so the partnership is critical for me, because it also helps to give us a chance to change the behavior and instill new culture, because that takes time. I mean, you're asking organizations and people to change, and that's not something that happens overnight, as we all know. To break a habit
Yes.
and replace it with a new one takes at least 9 months.
That's awesome. So the message we're going to share with everyone watching today and even watching this broadcast afterwards is that 4Seeds is open for business, has been open for business for a long time, but we want to really communicate the value that Kerstin and the 4Seeds team can bring to the marketplace. Just quickly, some shout outs. We've got Innocent Maluka saying, patiently waiting. That was at the beginning of the thing. Stuart Wilson saying, can't wait for this. Very excited to have you, Stuart. Also, Robin, he's ready to be inspired. We've got Lucian. Thank you so much, Lucian, for attending this morning. Just wishing us luck. We've got Sebastian saying all the best. And we also have some more feedback here. We got Rianet also saying excited. So thank you very much, guys, for attending this morning and being part of this launch and this journey. Kerstin, before I bring in Kerry, who we're going to talk to for a second, I know that we've spoken about this and you've seen some positive results of just, pulling the curtain away a little bit of what's coming. You've done some podcasts, you've done some emails, sent it out, and tell us what was the market's response to just what you're communicating so far.
Yeah, I mean, we've been communicating on social media for a while, and I mean, Storm will share my frustration We've never really received much traction on it, not much commitment, likes, or anything. And we now, through the help of you and doing podcasts and videos and changing the language of our social media posts, we're starting to actually get engagement from our clients, which is exciting. I mean, we're starting to talk to people and touch them, and they're responding to it. And I think that for me is super exciting, that we're actually getting that, and we're talking their language. And so getting that, the comments, the likes, the shares, and that even if we send out emails, I know a lot of people say emails don't work, but when we sent out our first email list to say, let's connect, I think I got 25 replies on that day to
That's
say,
amazing.
It's so nice to hear from you. And I was quite humbled and overwhelmed to hear from, past clients who just said, so great to connect with you again.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I just want to also say thank you to Jennifer being here. This is saying, Kerstin, you're amazing. Christine Ammon saying, most inspiring aunt out there. We also have, I think we have a message here from Bev, who's saying she's excited for you. So very excited about that. And then we also have Colleen Smallberger, welcome to the show, saying, wonderful to see your passion for your clients and your service offerings. So thank you everyone for your feedback. We're going to bring in Kerry into the room, and she is Kerstin's virtual assistant. Let me just press the right buttons here. There you go. Good morning, Kerry. Remember to unmute yourself.
Unmute.
No, you have to unmute yourself, please.
Sorry, I thought you had to do that. Ivan, apologies for that.
No, perfect. Good morning, Kerry. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. A little bit chilly in Cape Town, but doing all right.
That's awesome. For those who don't know, Kerry is the virtual assistant on the Four Seats team, right hand to Kerstin Jatho. Kerstin, do you want to tell us your fond association with Kerry and, what's happening here? How have you guys been working together, especially the last couple of months working on this platform?
Well, I think Kerry joined us in Feb this year when I started to realize I'm spending too much time on administrative and operational things, and I'm like, I should be growing the business. So what best to do than get a virtual assistant? So I saw her CV and was already straight away impressed and blown away with her abilities. Had a chat, and we straight away just connected and gelled. Kerry is the most amazing creative individual. I mean, she just has the ability to take the content of a very sterile presentation that I normally throw at her, which is just white blank slides with text in it, and transpose them into something beautiful and magical, which I don't even know where she gets the creativity from. And it's just that package with the content that is so amazing. And she's just exceptionally reliable, trustworthy. I mean, if I give her something, it happens. I don't have to follow up. She works very late. I mean, I always think I work late, but when I start getting replies at 11 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning, I go, Kerry, you're supposed to be sleeping. So I do worry about that. But she says she is the most creative in the evening, so I let her be.
Yep.
Awesome. That's how we know we have a committed team. If they respond at odd hours, Kerry, I know that you're just such a blessing for Kerstin. Kerry, just we've seen your work, especially this last week or two. A really big push been happening on all the admin, communicating, etc. What is your expectation of what Four Seats is going to bring to the market after this launch?
Well, coming from a very corporate background, I spent 12 years working for Absa Bank, actually, and heading into the executive assistant role and really working at a top-level corporate role. I think we had a lot of these kinds of coaching and mentors coming into Absa with their drivel presentations, the black and white, and all the sterile. And I wanted to buy in, and I wanted everyone to buy into what was being taught, but it just didn't relay across. The energy and passion didn't relay across. So I'm trying to take basically Kerstin's energy and passion with the people and put it into the presentations that I do and the workbooks. And I think I also understand the material really well because I really do believe in it. I do believe in mental health. I believe it's very important. It's part of the reason I left corporate and I'm doing what I'm doing. And I love what I'm doing now. I'm a swimming instructor and I do other things on the side of that, and it's made my life a lot more fulfilled. So I absolutely thoroughly enjoy working for Kerstin. I'm wishing that the future is bright for the both of us and all of us, and maybe we'll meet some more VAs along the way if it gets bigger.
Definitely. Gary, I wanna ask a question that I think something that I'm not sure if my observation is true, but I think Kerstin's starting to operate at a very high level, getting a lot more visible, etc. Have you experienced that in the last couple of months? Just kind of Kerstin evolving, being more sensitive to the market, speaking to things. We'll see through the content that we'll share today that she's very sensitive to what's happening right now.
Absolutely. And I think the nice thing about Kerstin is she's open to an opinion. I came on fresh. I knew nothing about what she did. And she honestly just said, what do you think? And she kept asking for my input, which I really value. And I think that really does actually help encouraging a person to deliver the best results as well. So I do think that she is going to move forward and it's going to be very bright in the future. Absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you, Kerry, for spending time with us today. I really appreciate you. Thank you. So we're going to say hello to some fans and people attending. Miles saying, amazing, Kerstin, well done. I know this is Mind, Body and Soul Beauty Spa, just giving us a little emoji there. Thank you so much. And again, Kayleen coming through and saying, what an amazing team. Let's just get that onto the screen. Thank you, Kayleen, for being here today. We are going to do a premiere of one of Kerstin's videos. We viewed this. Kerstin's very excited. I'm also very excited. And so we're going to premiere this today. And it's really months and months of hard work that's brought this together. And so here is the first video premiering from the 4 Seeds platform that will go live in a week or two. And it's called 3 Steps to Addressing Mental Health in the Workplace. Here we go.
This is not the kind of behavior you would want your employees to have. So as leaders, you need to engage with your employees and talk to them about their mental health. Hi there and welcome. It's Kerstin Jatho here, a transformational coach who shifts people from languishing to flourishing. In this video, I want to talk to you about the sharp call to focus on mental health. In the working environment, and especially for leaders, mental health has always been an important aspect. However, it remained last on their to-do list. With the pandemic having come in, it has become the primary focus for many leaders. The statistics have shown that since the pandemic has come in, mental illnesses have increased by 41%. Burnout being one of them. I want to impart a story with you. In 2009, while I was working in corporate, I fainted at home. I had to go and see a doctor, and we had to do a battery of tests for a whole day. One of them included putting little measurements on my head or on my hair, and I had to wear them for 24 hours. They needed to establish what caused the fainting. I was too embarrassed to call in work and tell them about this, so I called in sick. Later, we established that it was symptoms of burnout. But I was too ashamed to tell my leaders that I had suffered from burnout. This is not the kind of behavior you would want your employees to have. So as leaders, you need to engage with your employees and talk to them about their mental health. And I understand that you feel uncomfortable about it. Perhaps you are dealing with it right now, or you feel you do not have enough context to even engage in that conversation. I mean, I know it's a big topic. Or you feel that it really is the function of the Human Resources Department to engage with it. However, it is your responsibility to start conversations with your teams and individuals to understand when they do need help. You do not need to solve it all. However, you need to see the warning signs and then support them further. So it is about having one-on-one meetings with your team to try and understand how do they operate at their best. What are triggers that would possibly result for them to go into a mental disease process? How do they support themselves? How do they remain in balance? How are they working on it? How can you support them? And if they are in a process where they do need help, what kind of help would they need? Those are simple conversations you can have with your team. However, you do need to build trust with them, and you have to come from a process of absolute integrity that you do care and that you want to assist them. So there are 3 steps that are really important here. One is, as a leader, you have to have the courage to embrace mental health conversations with your team. Secondly, organizations have to have services and options where employees can go to and have anonymous services or counseling offered to them. Thirdly, as an employee, you have to also participate here and play your part and engage. It needs to be a triad of a relationship. So mental health is very much a leader's agenda and is something to take exceptionally serious. If your employees are suffering from mental disease, it costs the company a lot of money over and above that you are not fulfilling your leadership role, which is to bring out the best in people. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next one. I don't want you to miss anything, so I want to invite you to join me on social media, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on SoundCloud, and like me on Facebook.
Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. I want to ask you, as our visitor and our viewer today, would you tell us in the comments what you thought of the video? What did you take? What was the most valuable part, and how relevant is that to today? We already have great comments coming through, Kerstin. Sebastian Amon saying this is so relevant. I recently had a tough conversation with my boss about mental health. He was very forthcoming, but I'm sure many leaders aren't. And then Kayleen Smallberger saying, Kerstin, you are addressing such a critical issue that most people are suffering with to a certain degree. Mental health is something that needs to be more of a focus for employees. And so if you have any thoughts on the content, please post them in the comments below. I would love to just react to it and talk about it. We really appreciate all the comments coming through. This is the first video premiering on Kerstin's platform. For those that don't know, we have produced, Kerstin, I think it's 27 videos the other day that's going to be released over the next 3 months, all jam-packed and valuable, just like the video that's just been there. Rianette saying such important questions, and thank you for the steps, Kerstin. Great appreciation. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. We really appreciate you. We're going to bring in a company called ERS, Excel Recovery Services. And specifically, our guests today, Maritza Oosthuizen and Vanda Young. Good morning, you two ladies. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. Good, good. We're well. We're in Pretoria. It's also cold here, not just in Cape Town.
That's wonderful. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Kerstin, do you want to just give us context? What is the relationship between you and ERS?
The relationship started quite a few years ago when I started working with Alma Darlington, which is the CEO of ERS, primarily as a business coach, so trying to help her work through the business. Through that, obviously, the business changed, and we also developed a personal friendship. And one of the things that over the years has changed is that Alma has brought in a strong focus in her organization on focusing on people. It's one of the core values at ERS, bringing in a strong, I would say, middle management layer in the organization, making sure that they equipped to lead, challenging them on the strategy, inviting them to participate in the strategy. So ERS has been a very long-standing client, and we have been producing lots of culture events with them, strategic events with them, team building events with them. So ERS is like home for me.
We feel the same.
Thank you, guys. Maritza and Wanda, can you guys just share with us what is it like working with Kerstin, and specifically a company like Four Seeds, and what impact that is making in the marketplace, maybe from a personal perspective?
I'll go first. Kerstin is part of the team. We see her as part of our team. We've done a lot of workshops with her in the same boardroom. Here we are, Kerstin knows, through lots of laughs and lots of tears. And she's got an impact in our lives, not just business-wise, also personally. So she shares, and she's always willing to come and help us. And even if we have fun events, I mean, the other day she was adjudicating one of our fun events that she goes out with us, not just in the office. And the people inside the office, the staff, knows her as well as we do. And she's part of the fun, and she's part of the tears, and she's part of teaching us and helping us to become better. And it's always fun to have her.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I think as a coach, it's the value of being part of the team, and entrenching yourself in the culture. And one thing that's important for Kerstin is engagement and personal relationships, etc. Kerstin, from a coaching point of view, that specific thing that I mentioned of you becoming part of the team and engagement and one-on-one, and you're very passionate about that. Why is that such an important value for you as a coach and a consultant engaging with businesses?
I think if you're not part of the furniture, or you can connect with people and are there, you can't actually teach. You can't teach an arm's length relationship. You can't go in, do a training for 5 hours and walk out again. If you really want to make an impact, you need to understand the culture. You need to understand the team. You need to understand their stories, their case studies. Like Wanda says, the happy moments, the sad moments, the crisis moments. Only when you can understand that, you can also tailor your presentations or the message you want to bring across. You can tailor it and personalize it for that customer. And I think that's something we at Four Seeds specialize in, is that we really make our material very bespoke to clients. So it's not, it's the same workshop, let's just repeat it, because I know every client has a different demand and need. So that connection is critical for me, and I can only get that through that level of engagement and connection.
That's wonderful. Wanda and Maritza, before I let you go, can you share with me something in the engagement with Kerstin that stood out for you during your time with her? Something specific that you can maybe pull out and you can say, that was really an amazing engagement, or something that happened while working with Kerstin?
Yeah, so what we've got every beginning of the year is not a workshop, but it's like a team building. And this year was no different. And we went to a place called Grassroots, and we were forced to go choose words, how you feel. So how are you feeling at that moment? Choose the words, and then you go into a specific block. Yeah. So are you burnt out, or are you well, or whatever? And it was amazing to see people really committing to that, really listening to what she was saying, what Kerstin was saying, and finding themselves in a block and saying, wow, I didn't know this. And that really stood out for us. And from there, we could see the people in the organization, where they are at that point, and maybe take it in further, and with Kerstin's assistance, see how we can help those people to get out where they are to a better place. So with all of the workshops that we've done, I must say, you get a lot of answers or work questions. Kerstin will know, she gives you a lot of questions. You really have to think about it, but you really have to think about it being personal. It takes you out of your comfort zone, which is a good thing. And that helps not just us as management, but the organization as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us this morning. We really appreciate your participation and providing value to the launch this morning. Have a good morning, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the launch today. That's wonderful, Kerstin. Great feedback from colleagues. We want to actually announce our first giveaway this morning, and I hope you paid attention to the video that we showed a couple minutes ago. And so our question to everyone that's watching is this, and this is going to be a live giveaway. So it's very important that you're quick on your keyboard and respond right after we ask this question. And the answer to this question is a one word, so it's really easy. And Kerstin prepared this question from the video that we played, and it's this is the question: what was Kerstin diagnosed with when she fainted at home in 2009? Put it in the comments below, and then we're going to give away that first workshop. Just while we're waiting for feedback, let's look at some feedback from people. I think this is Bev. She says, don't be embarrassed about mental health. Your personal example brought it home. Kerstin, I also think that just being vulnerable and sharing from your own life, that is always a great way to do that. The next one is Innocent, that shared with us. Let's just get his recent one. Mental health should not be a taboo any longer. It does not discriminate. Kerstin, thank you for always bringing it to light. And then also another comment from Innocent. I think you should get the most engaged award this morning. Kerstin, he says, Kerstin is right. I have been to a few coaching sessions with other coaches, and I have realized that the content is not bespoke, but a repeat. 4 Seeds tailors it to you. And so with Kerstin, as I hope you don't mind, but we got our answers for the question. The question was, what was Kerstin diagnosed with when she fainted at home in 2009? And first on the keys was Innocent by saying burnout. So congratulations, Innocent, for providing the first right answer. And thank you also for Stuart and Bev and Robin and Kayleen and Richard for participating. We appreciate you. There is another one coming up. So let me just go. I need to bring something up on the screen. Innocent, you should know this, but there is the email. Just to claim your prize, please email Kerstin@4seeds.co.za and just reach out so we can get that ticket out to you. Next, we want to do our next premiere, and this is for the second video of today. We've got 3 prepared for the audience, and this one is 3 ways to increase team participation in meetings. 3 ways to increase team participation in meetings. And just before I cue that up, Kerstin, why is this such an important topic for you?
I think a lot of leaders would love, especially in the hybrid workplace now, to have more participation from their teams. I think the way we are leading now has changed. Leaders can't do it all by themselves. They need to get input and creativity and innovation from their team because everything needs to change, processes, objectives, culture, everything. And why do it alone? I mean, you've got a team there. The more heads think about it, the more better the answer is and the more quality the decision is. And it also solves the problem of motivation and trying to push this down onto your team. I mean, if they're involved, they're signing up for it. So
Awesome.
they're automatically part of it.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that context. Here's the premiere of the video by Kerstin and 4 Seeds, 3 ways to increase participation in your meetings.
Of course, as a leader, you are the role model and you will drive a lot of the conversation. But hi there and welcome. It's Kerstin Jatho here, a transformational coach who focuses on shifting people from languishing to flourishing. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to increase team participation. In a recent coaching session, I had a regional manager coming to me and say they are concerned about the participation of team members. It's not the first time I've heard this common dilemma occurring. Not everybody in your team participates in a meeting. That wasn't the case when you met with them face to face, and it's not the case when you meet with them virtually. However, now in the virtual hybrid working environment, leaders require their teams to participate even further and even in more depth. And the reason is that all new objectives have to be established. It's a new environment that we are in. So we need everybody to contribute, to come up with new ideas of leading, new ideas of managing this situation, and new ideas of working together. So I want to leave you with 3 ideas of how you can perhaps increase participation in your team. The first one is give your team permission to actually participate. Most leaders make the assumption that because they have thought it, that they want their teams to participate, that becomes a natural process. However, you really need to speak to your team and encourage them to collaborate. It's not something they may be that used to, so it will take some time to build that level of trust and feel comfortable in that safe space to share ideas. However, give them permission and remove the assumption that you have told them to. The second one to consider is really look at the personality types of your team. Don't just assume that because a person is not participating, that the topic that is being discussed is not of value to them or not of interest to them. They might actually be agreeing to it and hence have nothing to say. But you do have to consider personalities. If you are working with introverted people in your team, you do need to give them more time, because by nature, they do take time to think through a topic. They will mull over it, think of multiple ways of solving it, and only once they have figured that out will they actively participate. In contrast, an extrovert likes to talk to things through. So they will very actively participate in a meeting because that will help them figure things out. Hence, you need to work and think about both of your team members. And if you have a lot of introverts on your team, then tip 3 fits in perfectly, which is give your team 3 to 5 days in advance notice of what the topic is that you want them to think about. Tell them this is what we need to discuss and that we need your input. So that means the introverts have more than adequate times to really mull over multiple ideas and solutions, have done all their pros and cons thinking, and that way you can encourage everybody to equally participate in a meeting. Hold people accountable to participate. Open up that communication. Of course, as a leader, you are the role model and you will drive a lot of the conversation. But in time, the more you practice this with the team, the more they will voluntarily want to participate and share items with you. And not only just sit back and listen. So think about those 3 tips. Start introducing them one by one, but start off with first sharing with your team that you really want collaboration from them, that you value them, and that you respect their ideas and creativity. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next one. I don't want you to miss anything, so I want to invite you to join me on social media, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on SoundCloud, and like me on Facebook.
Awesome. I'm so excited, man. So you can hear the clear call there at the end of each video. If you haven't yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we do a clear call there. We don't want you to miss anything. There's lots of amazing stuff coming through. just if you're a audio consumer, someone who rather listen to audio than watch a video, we also have an offering on SoundCloud. Go and search for 4 Seeds, and you'll find this in audio format as well if you want to catch it that way. Just go. That's why we're asking you to follow on SoundCloud, because then as soon as the stuff goes live, you will be notified and you can listen to it before anybody else knows about it. And that's really valuable, getting first-hand information. And also just like the Facebook page for 4 Seeds. And then I want to give the community again that's with us on the launch today just some feedback. What was the most valuable piece of advice that you heard in that video? We'll come back to that in a moment, and we'll just discuss everything that you've taken away from that. Thank you, Kayleen, for that feedback. We're going to bring in Storm, who is Kerstin's social media and graphic designer, next. She's going to come and talk to us. Good morning, Storm. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm very, very well, thank you. I can't complain. I live in the best city in South Africa. So Cape Town.
Kerstin, you're worrying me, man. It sounds like everybody's in Cape Town.
They are.
You're not going to move there.
There's something wrong with me being in Joburg.
Definitely something happening there. Storm, thank you so much for joining us for the call this morning. Kerstin, do you want to affectionately just share your experience with Storm and what value she brings to the team, specifically focusing on this media journey and this launch and everything that we're trying to achieve in the next 6 months?
Yeah, so Storm's been also with me now for 2 years, just over 2 years, Storm. I think when I WhatsApp her or phoned her, I was just desperate for somebody to help me on social media because, again, I didn't understand it and didn't understand why whatever I was doing didn't get any traction. And Storm took me by surprise because it wasn't like she said, okay, let's jump right into the social media. She went and read our entire website, which I didn't mandate her to do, but she did it naturally, and then gave me quite critical feedback, which I thoroughly actually enjoyed because it was somebody who actually took the time to read our website and said to me, you know what, this is too long. This is where I lose you. This is where people will not engage with you. And I actually so appreciated that she did that. And then through the years, obviously, our relationship just developed. And I think for Storm, also, as 4 Seeds has grown, she's had to step up in some of her social media development because the demands have changed. So she also had to sometimes go, I don't know, I have to find out, or I'll figure out, or come back to you. And she was always willing to do that. And again, her level of creativity, going the extra miles, always available. I mean, couldn't do it without you, Storm.
Thank you.
And she is a storm. She is a storm. Her name is exactly
debatable, depending on the day.
Thank you so much, Storm. For me, I came on the team a couple of months ago and just brought just a bit of structure in terms of my job is pulling the value out of my clients, which is Kerstin, and I think we've achieved that way. We've really gotten what she can provide to the marketplace, and we've really gotten the essence out. I remember when we were doing production 2 weeks ago, just such a hard worker. Storm, she's just an amazing person and such a hard worker, isn't she?
She is. And watching those videos that you just played, those two, I mean, we have struggled to portray what it is that you do on social media. And people are just like, yes, yes. And they scroll through and you're not getting the engagement that you want. But watching those videos it raises huge alarms. And I think they're just so vital in where we are now and moving in that type of media. I mean, yeah, yes. I think they're great. Awesome. I think the content is fantastic.
Thank you so much. I want to personally thank you for all your hard work, especially the last, let's say there was a lot of intensity in the last 3 weeks or so because we had a lot of promotion and stuff to do. But just the last 3 months, the media activity and the creative part has become so intense. I want to thank you for making that happen, because, a lot of time people have ideas and visions and ideas, but from my point of view, I really value someone creative like you that can come and we can say, this is what we need. That's what we want to communicate. This is the look we're looking for. That's the message, etc. And someone like you can take what is communicated and bring it forward visually, and just making it work. With all the recent things that's coming in, etc. What was that like for you? Helping us to communicate the Four Seeds message?
I think it's just so great the direction we're going in. So from, as Kerstin mentioned, the start of that interesting website to where we are now, just getting a brand and a look and a feel and the message where we're going. So it has been a journey, an interesting one. And I think we are so on the right track, and a track where I think people will now start to engage and really value what it is that we have to tell them. And it's all seriously coming together, and I'm very excited to be on this journey.
Awesome. Finally, before I let you go, yes, go.
Sorry, I just want to actually butt in. I mean, part of Storm's challenge was also, she was like, you need to change your brand, you need to change your logo. It was like, she tossed everything out, literally. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we are at that stage, 10 years old, so let me not be stuck on the logo or attached to it. And she's actually the one who's designed this amazing logo that you keep on seeing, and the colors and the fonts. I mean, that's all Storm's absolute creativity.
So I got to mention two things. Number one, for someone like Storm to be as bold and to come and say, Kerstin, maybe some of this stuff is a bit dated. Let's update it, because it's been 10 years, right, Storm? And let's be honest, the trends of, so we say 2009 is not the same today, and the corporate message and the colors and all that kind of stuff. So I wanna bring Kerstin into this specific segue. But Storm, why was it important for you as a partner and a person on this team to come and bring what you essentially did? And I haven't been part of it since then, but you've essentially come and refreshed the brand, refreshed the look and the messaging and the IP, if you will, or the CI. And why was that important to you?
I think it really is important to, capture the message. I mean, the society we're in don't have time to go through screeds and screeds of things. They want something that's super easy. Does it work for me? No, swipe right or swipe left. Pretty much like a dating site type thing. And it needs to be something that is fresh, something that is easy to understand, and something that tells people it's valuable for you and you need it. So it was just coming in and going, hold on, this screams awkward to me. And then now we have the most beautiful website. We have the most amazing people backing Kerstin, and she is just a phenomenal leader, an inspiration in herself. So, yeah.
Awesome. And let's talk about the self-awareness and the maturity of Kerstin, listening to a team and saying, okay, let's be honest, when someone says, that's not working and this doesn't look good, it hurts a little bit, because some of that comes from you. But she's been self-aware and she's been open to change, which is good, because that's something she talks about quite often, is change.
Well, I mean, if someone's got to lead from the top, and the rest of us will follow. So from her being able to go, okay, I'm open to this, where we're going to go, and for us to go, what about this, and this? It was she never pushed anyone's creativity down. It was like, that's great, this works, maybe not so much there. So it was just, like I say, the rest of us will follow a great leader, and being able to communicate and figure out a plan has just been so easy and so wonderful to get to where we are now.
Awesome. Storm, thank you for your contribution today. I really appreciate it. Kerstin, anything you want to say finally to Kerstin before we move on to Yolandi?
Me to Storm?
Yeah.
No, I'm just so grateful for her. I mean, she's been a pillar.
Looks like she's broken up there a little bit. Let's see. She might come back. It does happen sometimes. We live in South Africa, so let's hope she comes back. Okay, Storm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see. Okay, I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna see if she comes back.
Okay.
Let's pay attention to the comments a little bit. Thank you, Storm. I appreciate your time this morning.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. Good. All right. Okay, so just thank you for everyone that's participating in the comments below. Innocent, Maluka, again, the people we keep around us determine whether we make it or we don't make it. I'm glad you have such a vibrant team. Then Rianette, just saying, amazing to be working with like-minded people and learn, and a team, right? And then I think this is Bev. We can't do it alone, and a team. And I'm confident that Kerstin is going to come in a second. And so to keep things moving, this is not the Ivan Viljoen show or my show. So what I'm going to do is before we bring Ulandi in, we've got still 3 guests to go. And so to keep things moving and until we can get Kerstin back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play one of her next videos. And this is actually, we wanted to play it later in about 20 minutes, but I think let's go with that right now. This next one is one where she talks about the responsibility of the leader or the person in the workspace engaging with their team and their responsibility. This one is called, let me see, it's called One-on-One Engagement is Not a Gift, but Your Responsibility. And so this is really an amazing video. This is probably the best of all the ones we showed so far. And so I'm going to premiere this right now. Please pay attention. We've got another giveaway that's coming soon. Let me just take that comment off the screen there. Thank you. And here we go.
What are you saying to your team member? You are not important enough? So you need to take these meetings exceptionally serious. Hi there and welcome. It's Kerstin Jatho here, a transformational coach who shifts people from languishing to flourishing. In this video, I want to talk to you about the concept of time with your teams. Leaders are very much struggling to connect with their teams. And what they manage to do is hold the standard team meetings, but that we had before. In the hybrid workplace, teams want more. They want individual meetings with the leader. And I can hear you going, yes, I know, but I really don't have the time to meet with each of my team members individually. What it boils down to is really your concept of time. The ancient Greeks divided time into 2 concepts, kairos, which is the opportunity of time, and chronos, which is clock time, or as we would call calendar time. What we are working on primarily and chasing the whole day is chronos. We work according to the clock, our calendars, our diaries, our meetings, and that makes us very drained and creates a lot of exhaustion. The challenge here is for leaders to change their mind when working with their individual team members to think of kairos time. What is the opportunity for me here when I connect with this individual? So connecting with your team is actually always been part of your role and your responsibility. However, now meeting with them individually has become an extra additional. And that is something you really need to do every week. Not once a month, not every 2 weeks. People are working in the hybrid world. They are not always at the office. You need to connect with them quite quickly to see if they're okay. And it comes back to a prior video that I spoke about on checking in on mental illness and mental health and supporting them. So the tips I want to leave you with on how to embrace and bring in these quick meetings with your team are as follows. Schedule 20 minutes, just 20 minutes aside every day to have a coffee chat with one of your team members. And don't make it more than 2 meetings a day with team members. That way, if you do that, you would manage 10 team members in a week. And most leaders only have 10 or less team members. The third one is stick to the diary. So diarize these appointments and honor them. Don't move them around. That creates disrespect and means that you as a leader are not credible. What are you saying to your team member? You are not important enough? So you need to take these meetings exceptionally serious. Also, when you're having your coffee chats with the individual, don't talk to them about work and follow up about their tasks and where they're doing. That's there for the standard weekly meeting. Really talk to them about how are they doing? What are things happening for them? How are they doing emotionally? How are they feeling? If action items come out of that and you need to honor them, then really honor them on time and check in with your teams regularly. Having these coffee chats is not unproductive time. It's not a waste of time, and you don't have to go on all the fuzzy emotional stuff. But it really is about showing that you care about your team, that you want to connect with them, and that you want to see if they are really okay. Yes, when you were in the working environment, you could perhaps work the floor, as they would say, and see quickly if people are okay. Now with the hybrid world, you have to go the extra mile. It is part of your job. And yes, you do have to find the time. It is expected of you, and that will separate you on becoming an effective leader who will enhance team productivity, communication, commitment, and just being a high-performing team. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next one. I don't want you to miss anything, so I want to invite you to join me on social media, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on SoundCloud, and like me on Facebook.
Phenomenal. Welcome back, Kerstin. We won't say what happened there. Kerstin, are you back? All right. So what we're going to do is we want to hear your feedback regarding the video. What did you think? What was the most valuable part of the video? And then put it in the comments below. We'd really appreciate your feedback there. As we wait for Kerstin, let's bring in our next guest, which is Sylvie. Sylvie, who is the website designer. Good morning, Sylvie. How are you doing?
Well, thank you, Ivan. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. And as we wait for what I think is Kerstin's bandwidth to just pick up, just can you share with us? You did a big overhaul of the website, and there's a lot of elements that I want to talk to you about. But just I think you did a big refresh or redesign of the website recently. Do you want to talk to us about your approach to that and why you think that was important to happen?
Okay, so just a disclaimer, I'm a terrible public speaker, so I'll try my best.
Not a problem at all. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so the brief was basically that the website needed a good overall, that it was quite dated. So my approach to it was, she's got amazing colors on her corporate ID, so I just wanted to use those colors and just big graphics, nice illustrations, just to kind of make it like pop and look good, you know.
All right. And then when we were working on the website, there was a lot of media elements that we started bringing in. Just what are you most excited about the elements that's starting to brought in? We're going on a lot of information, making it a home for people to come to get the latest on, workplace environment, mental health, all this kind of stuff. We've been creating a lot of content, and that's going to be kind of the website's going to be the home for that. What is your expectation of that happening in the next couple of months?
Well, I think the assessments page is quite a cool call to the website, and that would be a great thing to just keep more assessments going. I think the events page is a very good kind of point to showcase all the upcoming events that Kerstin's got going. So yeah, those kind of things.
Awesome. Kerstin, now that I got you back, do you want to just talk about your relationship with Sylvie and what is that relationship like and the value that she brings to the team?
Yeah, so Sylvie came on board to change the website, and actually my nephew Sebastian, who's on the call, was the instigator on that, because I asked him to look at the website if we can tweak something, and as a normal 25-year-old, he looked at it and said, this is so outdated, you know what, you need to go short, to the point, infographics, whatever. So again, I took it on the chin, as one would say, and I go, okay, so this is the generation and a little bit more that I do want to talk to. So if that is the feedback I'm getting, I need to adjust that my website is outdated. So off we went. I had to cull it because it was just too much text. And that was taking me out of my comfort zone, because I love explaining things and why they're there. So I had to really keep it short. Then Sylvie came along, designed the website. I think it was 3 anxious months for me, not knowing what I'm going to see. She kept on telling me it's working behind the scenes and it's going to be ready, but I really didn't know what to expect or anything. So I was like, oh, what happens if I don't like it? And she so surprised me and blew me away with all these little things that she brought in, little infographics, numbers that turned, and pictures. And it was like she understood actually what I wanted. She always asked very pertinent questions, and was again one of the core team members who were able to translate what I wanted to say in content into a creative way. And we've had huge positive feedback on the website, with people saying it's so fresh, it's so modern. So again, you're proud of it, because you go, I'm proud to show the website. It's not something where I go, oh, please don't look at it. It's like, please, I have a look at it.
That's awesome. I'm going to put the link up on the screen for those that want to maybe go and watch, put it in your browser while we're talking about this. That's the website where Sylvie's done a phenomenal job. Sylvie, we're also going to focus in the next couple of months where we're going to bring a lot of the big media, like the videos and the podcasts, putting them and making the home of Kerstin's media is going to be the website. I think there's a big value of that, where people can come to the website, they can go through archived material, new material, and it's going to be delivered in like dynamic content. Every week there's something new. I think there's going to be a couple things that's going to be new every week. Are you excited about that? And why is that important for the community?
I think it just fresh content is always important, you don't want to have to go back to website to see the same stuff every day, So if we can keep it fresh, that would be amazing. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Wonderful. Good stuff. All right. Sylvie, anything that you want to say about the website where you've been involved? Maybe there's an Easter egg somewhere. Is there something we can look for? What can people expect? Why should they go to the website?
Like I said, there's such amazing resources on that website. Kerstin's given people a free ebook. There's the assessments, there's blogs with interesting articles, amazing information. So it's definitely something to visit, a place to visit to get great content.
Awesome. Sylvie, thank you so much for spending time with us this morning and making yourself available. And,
thank you, Kerstin, for allowing me to be a part of your team. I really appreciate it.
4 Seeds ladies.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sylvie. We'll speak later. Thank you.
Yes, cool. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. And now it's time for more relationships. We're going to get Yolandi into the room. She's from Novate Legal. And let me just get that. Just make sure you get that address there on the screen. It's 4seeds.co.za if you want to go to the website. We'll also post it in after this. Everywhere that we've gone live today, we'll go post it there so you can click right through it. Wonderful. Check this out. Kayleen is saying, Kerstin, it's wonderful to see how you've embraced all the updates and the changes, which I think is really important. Thank you so much, everyone. Remember, it's very valuable for us as people that are attending, and that's part of the launch today, for you to share your thoughts. Maybe you've got some questions. That is something we want to end off today with the Q&A. So maybe you want to start posting questions in the comments below. We've got about 20 minutes before we get to that section. So just if you want to identify your questions, please put 3 question marks before your question, so we know that that's a question that you want Kerstin to address closer to the end. And then we can address that. We're going to bring in Yolandi right now. Yolandi is a close associate, very close personal network of Kerstin. They're working together to grow their businesses. Good morning, Yolandi. How are you?
Morning.
Thank you. Good, and you, Ivan?
Wonderful.
Morning.
And we had lunch with some other associates about a week ago. That was quite fun. It was quite fun to see people face to face. Yolandi, was the first time we met. That was quite good. I know what Kerstin would say, but Yolandi, how important was that to just get everybody together, even if we're social distance, we're just like, hey, I can see your face, I can see you smile, I can experience your energy. What was that like? Why was that important?
So firstly, Kerstin, thank you for asking me to be part of this today. You're such an inspiration. And the networking event Ivan is talking about is the BNI Networking Breakfast. And Kerstin keeps mentioning in her videos the hybrid lifestyle we're in currently, and the personal touch and seeing people and be able to hug the people you're dealing with on a daily basis was just priceless. And that also ties in with what Kerstin does in terms of, that compassion and your human capital and how important personal relationships are.
Thank you. Kerstin, do you want to maybe just talk to the relationship that you've built with Yolandi, not giving away the reason why we got her here today?
Yeah, again, Yolandi and I go back a few years. I actually worked with her business partner from Erasmus, Boerter and Erasmus, the legal company. So I worked with Eugene for many years. So I got to know Yolandi when she was, I think, a junior associate in the company at that stage. And I mean, wow, look at you now, a senior associate, grown to this amazing leader. Also, she's invested a lot in herself to get there. And Yolandi is just also one of those power ladies. I mean, she gets everything done. I don't know how she does run a successful business, be an amazing mother, wife, and just like she's got her finger on the pulse all the time. I don't know what the secret is. I know you work very long and very hard as well, but you're just also such an inspiration to me.
Thank you for the kind words. And, the secret is surrounding myself with people like you and Ivan and my BNI team. So, yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Yolandi. Yolandi, I think one of the biggest things that we want you to maybe bring to the table today is you recently attended a workshop by Kerstin, which was her resilience workshop. I think that was a week or so ago. Can you just talk to us about what was your experience like in that workshop? Keeping in mind, everyone, that we will be giving away access to Kerstin's workshop in a few minutes.
Yes, so, well, you can see from the technical issues today, even change is the only consistent in our daily lives, and being resilient and accepting that is a big part. And especially being an attorney, you get thrown all types of questions and people think you know everything. So I attended the Resilience in the Workplace workshop as presented by Kerstin at 4 Seeds. This was an excellent workshop delivered by a real expert in the field. The participants were given an engaging class that did not only look at the importance of resilience during these times, but also equipped us with practical tools on how to become more resilient. Personally, it clarified how physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being is important to becoming more resilient. Professionally, I have now the tools to navigate engagements with clients and the unexpected challenges we have as attorneys on a daily basis. A very practical and relevant course for any entrepreneur and leader.
Wonderful. Thank you for that feedback, Yolandi. And I think you mentioned it in your feedback there, but can you just speak to us specifically about the importance of not just this topic of resilience, but everything that Kerstin brings to the table for the marketplace and, professional environments like yours?
Yeah, sure. So she mentioned it in one of her videos as well. It's taking the individual and the person. You know, from a corporate level, you guys know it's sometimes a cookie cutter scenario and just a tick box, where with Kerstin's workshop and the resilience training, it's something that you realize it's very specific to your personal experiences and the type of person you are, and learning to equip yourself and your team to working on those toolkits.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Yolandi. Kerstin, do you have anything else that you want to add or ask Yolandi from her experience?
No, thank you, Yolandi. I appreciate it for your kind words always. And just being such an amazing woman. And thank you for attending that workshop. It meant a lot to me.
Of course, you're awesome. Have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yolandi. Have a great morning, and thank you for coming today. Remember, we want to keep the virtual lines open, if you will. If you have any questions, you're on the call this morning, you have any questions about the topics that we have discussed and the things that we've been looking at, please do that. I think today we'll probably also end off just bringing everybody into the room, maybe for them to come and give us, just a little bit of feedback on their experience. So for everyone on the call, please don't be shy. Put your comments in the comments below, ask your questions, and then we can do that. It's a part of our agenda, and we want to really pay attention to that and do that. Kerstin, I think with everything that we've got, it seems we're running ahead of time. And I think maybe perhaps we can do that giveaway right now. What do you say?
Yeah, sounds good, Ivan. Let's do it.
All
Let's
right,
make somebody happy.
Yes, what we're going to give away, it is a workshop, and it's called Effective Communication. It's a workshop on effective communication. Just personally from me, I think it's incredibly valuable. Just my experience with Kerstin has been that I've picked up on so many caveats and golden nuggets from Kerstin regarding communication. I think this workshop would be incredibly valuable if you were to attend it. So we're going to give away an all-access ticket to the Effective Communication Workshop. Also, there's going to be a workbook there. She's giving you a free copy of her book, Growing Butterfly Wings, and then personal coaching one-on-one session of 45 minutes with Kerstin. And here is your question. Let me just queue it up here. Right, here's the question, everyone. How often should you meet with your teams and how long? It's a two-part question. All right, and we're looking for two specific answers here. How often should you meet with your teams and how long? We're referencing the video where we spoke about one-on-one engagement is a responsibility. It's not just something, it's something that absolutely has to happen. And so the question is, how often should you meet and for how long? How long is Kerstin's suggested time to meet with people? And let's see if we can get some feedback in the comments there below. And we're going to keep that open for a moment. And until we get some questions in, Kerstin, I have gone through all my agenda points. Let's wait for questions and feedback from everybody. But Kerstin, just final thoughts. What is your expectation of this? Your expectation of the way forward and everything that you're going to bring to the table, the engagement with clients, etc.?
Yeah, I suppose two parts. One is to be a role model is the wrong word, but perhaps it is a role model to show how we've done it in 4 Seeds and how we actually walk our own talk. So that's the one. I think the other one is to inspire leaders to follow and actually go, it's with one step at a time, you can create that change. But I think the biggest thing I'm hoping to achieve is to actually create a social media following, like a tribe that I can inspire and connect with all the time, and who literally yearn to hear from me or get videos or inspirations from me. So that would be wonderful.
Okay, so I think one part for everyone that's watching, one of the things that's important for us, and that's part of our overarching strategy, is building a community that we can serve. So one of the things that Kerstin wants to do, she's got, you can pick up, she's got so much to give, and she wants to serve the business community, and this is how she wants to do that. So again, if you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page. You can also go to SoundCloud and just follow her there and get connected. That way you can get all the latest and the freshest stuff. It will also be available on her website, which we're very excited about. And that's wonderful. So it is, Kerstin, it's time for the giveaway. Remember that giveaway is a workshop on, what was the topic again? Our workshop on communication, effective communication. And it includes a workbook, Kerstin's book, a free copy of that, and also a personal coaching time. So it's not a one-to-one, it is an effective, constructive business coaching session with Kerstin. And our winner is...
Can't be innocent again.
No, it's not innocent. It's Jennifer Howard, who answered correctly. It's 20 minutes every week to engage with every member of your team. And that is the correct answer. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for participating. And as we said before, there's an email on the screen. If you haven't got it, I know you have access to it. And that is how you can claim your prize. Just reach out and we can make sure that you get access to that when that workshop is happening. Very excited. Thank you so much for everybody that participated. For everybody in the green room, those that have your camera on, I'm going to bring you into the room quickly and just let's talk about your experience this morning. Let's wrap it up. And remember, we want to still do questions if we can. There's ERS. Thank you so much for being here. There's Kerry. Thank you so much, Kerry, for being here this morning. Just quickly, Maritza, for you and Wanda, thank you so much for being here. What was your experience like at this media launch today?
I would always say to Kerstin, my English airtime isn't so long. So I hope I can speak enough Afrikaans, but I can make lekker praat.
Dis reg. Dis reg.
But you know, it was exciting, and it's exciting to see you growing as well, Kerstin, in your own business. I mean, you always come and tell us what to do and how to do it and how to push with your own company and your own staff, and to see you also going through this. It's you know, we're all human and we all go through the same things. But to learn from you and knowing that we're going on the right route, and we are. I mean, you're giving us now. I think next week again we have a session with you. On Friday, I think this Friday, and we learn so much, and we actually can do it practical with our people. We're adding a wellness box actually this month for our staff. Yeah, knowing that mental health is something that we have to look at, and it's not something you can ignore. And so thank you for bringing that to life for us, and thank you for having us.
Well, you're doing mental wealth on Friday. You're going to go way out of your comfort zone.
I've got no doubt.
But you know that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Maritza. Wanda, do you have anything? What was your experience like with launch today?
I agree with Maritza. It's nice to see that whatever you're teaching us, It's happening for you too. You're growing your business like you always tell us we need to grow our business. So it's nice to see.
We all
Awesome.
come.
Thank you.
And you are right
Thank
on
you.
Facebook and follow you on YouTube.
And on SoundCloud.
Thank you. Thank you so much, you two, for joining us today. And finally, Kelly, what was your experience like on the launch today?
Oh, it was awesome. I'm so very glad to be a part of everything with 4 Seeds, and I'm looking forward to a very bright future with Kerstin. And yeah, hopefully lots more workshops coming our way. I said she's going to need to have a body double soon, though.
Yeah, I do.
Very
It's going to
soon.
become very busy. Yes.
Sooner than you
Definitely.
think.
So very excited. And finally, Yolandi, just remember to unmute yourself. What was your experience like in the launch today?
It was great and such inspiration to see everybody working together, pulling together and focusing on mental health and well-being. And, you know, some leaders out there think, but why? And to those leaders, I want to say, well, productivity, you know, if you're not focused on the compassion for your team, then at least you know effective performance and productivity. It's
Awesome. Thank you. So I want to personally thank the whole team for coming out today. Kerstin, I'll pass over to you now just to end off the session. Everybody in Kerstin's team, thank you for coming today. Really appreciate you. Also, everyone on the call from BNI Dash that supported the launch and that was here today and participated in the comments. We really appreciate you. Also, all Kerstin's associates and customers that's been in the room today. I really appreciate you. Without you, I don't think we had a lot to talk about or a lot to do. So we really appreciate you being here today. And then, Kerstin, I want to pass over to you to say the final thank yous. Anybody in particular you want to thank? And then just leave us with a final thought.
No, I just want to thank literally everybody who was live in the launch, who was on YouTube or on Facebook and followed us. I know how precious time is. So it means so much to me that you came and shared this special day with us and celebrated. I'm sure you've all never done a launch party. I don't know who was more nervous, you or me. But really, I appreciate it and thank you for allowing us to inspire you and be there. We couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do it without my team. I really can't. They are amazing and a huge support to me. And I couldn't do it without my clients who are inspiration to also always think of different content, think out of the box, think about what's happening in the market and do that. So thank you for challenging me to step up and read and, you know, do my homework. So I appreciate that. And Ivan, to you, thank you so much for investing in me for the last 3 or 4 months, trusting me and guiding me through this process. And just thank you for making this happen today.
Awesome. So with that, we thank everybody for coming today. There's a lot of takeaways, so you're welcome to go and watch the replays. It is available right after this for immediate replay on Facebook and YouTube. You can go back. We will, as a team, obviously make that available on all the channels, posted on the websites, etc. I think this is a big day for Kerstin. So thank you, everybody, for watching today. If you have any questions afterwards, you're welcome to post it on this launch below in the comments, and Kerstin can go back and just answer it for you. Thank you to everybody that's been a part of it. Kayleen is just saying congratulations, Kerstin. All the best with this exciting new chapter. Thank you, Kayleen, for being part of it today. Really appreciate it. And with that, we say goodbye, and we will definitely, I think, Kerstin doing a live broadcast maybe once a month, and just we'll see our capacity. But I think that was very valuable. Also, thank you so much. Comment coming through. Lucian saying, well done. Congrats all. Looking forward to future installments. Thank you, Lucian, for being part of that. Also a great pillar in our team. And with that, thank you, everyone. We'll end off the broadcast here, and we're looking forward to engaging with everybody again in the future. Bye.
Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. Bye.